Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
What's going on, everyone? Norwich City Central, and this is my starting 11 prediction plus preview for our upcoming game against Bristol City, 5:30 at Ashton Gate. I'm really looking forward to this one. Quietly confident that Norwich City are sitting top of the Championship table, and hopefully we can stay there. Coming up against the Bristol City side, who sit 13th in the Championship and one of the most inconsistent teams in the league. Thanks for watching all the content from Bolton. It was a crazy day, and yet again Norwich City showed resilience, and there were some last minute scenes in the Barclay. But yeah, I'm going to start with my predicted 11, and I'm going to get into Bristol City, and I'll be explaining why I'm quietly confident going into this game against Bristol City. I spoke in my, before Bolton and Rotherham, and I said how they could be potential banana skins, and I actually said in the Bolton preview how I think playing Bristol City might be easier than playing Bolton on, but I'll explain why later on. But starting with the predicted 11, please drop a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, and let's get into it. So, in goal, Tim Krul. He's come under a lot of criticism, but I still think he's got a lot to give. He's a good leader. His distribution's slowly getting better. He just needs to make sure he parries shots better, but he's still the goalkeeper to go with, and I back him. Fullbacks, obviously Jamal Lewis, Max Aarons just keeps getting better and better game by game, and even if we get to the Premier League, I'm not quite sure he's going to stay at Norwich, because he's so elite, and he could be playing for England. He's got so much potential. Jamal Lewis, another good performance by him. The centre-back partnership, now this is interesting. Tim Closer was ill against, or has picked up an illness, I think, against Bolton. So that therefore he couldn't play. But will he be back for this game? I do think he will. But who do you go with, Christoph Zinnemann or Ben Godfrey? Ben Godfrey making his one of his few, I think it might have even been his debut in that centre-back spot for Norwich City. But I would go with Tim Closer and Christoph Zinnemann. That partnership's been really good for Norwich so far this season, and we've got a busy schedule. We're going to have Derby, Nottingham Forest and Brentford all in the week, and Ben Godfrey's probably going to have to come in for one of those games. But Zinnemann and Closer, I think, is the right partnership to go with at the moment, and they're the most experienced partnership as well. So I'd have those two. Alex Tettey and Mo Leitner. I think Mo Leitner will be back for this game, if not Mario Rancic sticking back in there. Mo Leitner and Mario Rancic are both very good players, and both similar players as well, but I do think Mo Leitner gives us a bit more going forward, and he's got a real eye for a pass. We all know the quality he has, and Alex Tettey, just as well as he's getting better and better under Daniel Farke as well, and that's so much credit to Daniel Farke, because he's made Alex Tettey definitely a better player. He's a lot more disciplined, he's winning a lot more tackles, and he looks more fitter along the pitch as well. So the three offensive players I would keep the same in Todd Cantwell, Emi Buendia and Marcus Stiepermann. Start with Marcus Stiepermann, the guy who's born to score goals. He's now starting to get goals and adding goals to his game, which is really nice to see. His physicality is proving advantageous for Norwich. He looks a real good player. And Todd Cantwell and Emi Buendia, who are both wingers in the system, but who both like to play in centrally. And they come in centrally, and they've got a lot of fluidity, a lot of creativity. And as they come in centrally, it allows our fullbacks to get forward as well. They've got a lot of talent, Todd Cantwell and Emi Buendia, and hopefully they can start adding more goals to their games. Todd Cantwell's been brilliant at Carrow Road in recent weeks, but can he do it away from home? Let's hope he can. And up front, Teemu Pukki, the man in form. 13 goals in the Championship so far this season. He's definitely going to the top spot. A goal every 124 minutes. What a player Teemu Pukki is on his last-minute heroics against Bolton. Managed to keep Norwich top of the table. So that's my starting 11 prediction. Please leave your thoughts down below. And getting into the preview, let's look at Bristol City. They're one of the more inconsistent teams in the division. 13th in the table, 24 goals scored and 25 conceded. But it's probably the wrong time to play Bristol City. They're in decent form. They beat Birmingham in their last fixture 1-0, which was a brilliant result. Birmingham haven't lost a game at their stadium this season. I think they've won 5 and drew 6. So good result for Bristol City there. And they've got 7 points from the last 3 games. But Bristol City have only won 2 games at Ashton Gate this season. Bristol City fans have criticised their manager in times. And they haven't been, as I said, particularly great at Bristol City. Their last win there was October. They're not in the greatest form. And in terms of their players, a lot of their players did leave in the summer, but they have Famara, I'm not sure how I'm going to pronounce this, Diarju. I think I've said that wrong. But 5 goals so far for him this season, and Andreas Wyman, former Aston Villa and Hull player, who's also got 5 goals. So they've got some goal scorers in there. I know Diarju scored in their more recent game, and he's averaging a goal once every 202 minutes, and he's a big target man, and Norwich City traditionally have struggled against these big physical players, so he could prove problematic. But yeah, Bristol City are a bit inconsistent. They're in decent form at the moment though, so it's not going to be an easy game. But I still think Norwich City, the way we're playing, we can come through. what, we're 17 games in and we've only lost one of the last 17 games, and that was against Stoke for a Tim Closer own goal. Norwich City are in brilliant form, aren't they? They've been terrific so far, and I've been particularly impressed with those three: Emi Buendia, Todd Cantwell and Marcus Stiepermann. Marcus Stiepermann has some brilliant driving runs, and Todd Cantwell and Emi Buendia some really great creativity on the ball, and that they're starting to create a lot more chances for us. And that was our problem last season, creating chances, but this season we're a lot more creative. And I spoke about in my Bolton preview, I'm more confident going into Bristol City away than I was at Bolton at home, and I still stand by that. I think Bristol City are going to come out to play, and I think we can really expose them, in particular if we have Mo Leitner back. Bristol City are going to come out to play, and that was going to leave more gaps in the midfield for players like Mo Leitner and Buendia to exploit, and I can see Norwich City getting a few goals, and I'm quietly confident going into this game. Of course, no easy games, but away from home against Bristol City, I can see us really exploiting them and putting a few goals past them, since they're not the best at home. My score prediction: Bristol City 1, Norwich City 3. Please leave me your thoughts down below. And yeah, thanks for watching all the Norwich City Central content, and I'll see you later on the Ball City.